I epoxied this part here because it kept flapping in the wind. There's my coffee that I hang right there. I'm ready to roll. I'm in search of one of these dressing tools since I ruined this one. I don't know what that is they've erected there. Some kind of dead wood and bamboo sculpture. Just be better off planting some trees. So I'm headed out to the small hardware store where I purchased that grinding wheel dressing tool. Maybe this road in the beginning here is familiar to some viewers, but once I get past a certain point, I'll take a different way and let you see some different things. It's a pretty windy day, so I apologize for that noise, but the weather will straighten out a little bit later on. Again, with my roaming Taipei series here, it's not very popular, though some people say they really enjoy watching this. And so anyway, I'm not trying to make this something special, but just give you an unfiltered look around town. I heard that they were thinking about doing away with this roundabout, and I think that would be a good idea. The main part of the scooter driver's license test here, the road test, is being able to drive a short distance for a certain amount of time, so you have to go at a slow speed. And at first that doesn't seem logical, but after you ride in this traffic for a while, you realize that that's actually a very intelligent part of the test, because that's probably the hardest part of driving here. Hello, traffic. Nowhere near rush hour, but there's a fair amount of scooters out right now. see on my right there is a Kavalan whiskey shop. There's quite a few of those around town here. Kavalan being a Taiwan brand of whiskey, a world-renowned brand. And it's actually pronounced Gemalan. Not sure why they started the name with a K instead of a G, but that's the way it goes with romanization of Chinese here. When I go to an ATM and if I hit English as the language of choice, it always tells me that my transaction in processing, and it always tells me to please take my receipt. A little bit of urban camping over here. This is a pretty developed area of town, and single or double-story structures like this one here are almost all gone. I imagine in another year or so that won't be there. You can see a CPC gas station on my right. Filling up a scooter is almost an afterthought, but after prices spiked, it's become more than just pocket change. That building on the right there is the Brother Hotel, kind of famous, and they sponsor the Brother Elephants, which is probably the most popular baseball team in Taiwan. just want to have a quick peek down this alley to see if an old friend's beer shop is still here. What used to be called Lapero is now called Party Exit. I think it may be the same owner, it just maybe he changed branding. He used to always open after 4 o'clock, so when I have time, maybe on another afternoon, I'll come here and check him out. When in doubt here, just move forward slowly. There's a pretty famous Hong Kong style lunch restaurant here called Sao La Dian. I don't see it, but I think I maybe just missed it. I used to live not far from here, and that's why my head is turning this way and that way, because it's been a while since I've been here, so I'm just seeing what's new, what's changed, what's the same. I've used this DHL once or twice to send stuff back stateside. It's unfortunate that carriers like that are so expensive, though, for little guys like myself. Back in the day, I used to come here a lot to watch movies. There are 2 movie theaters side by side here. Going a somewhat different way, I stumble across that World Gym across the street there. I'm a member, so maybe I'll come here a little bit later on. Starting around here, this area is known for having a lot of Japanese tourists. It has a lot of Japanese nightclubs and Japanese restaurants, and they cater to Japanese tourists. There's also a lot of massage parlors and places like that here, and this one here being one of the bigger ones. Every time I would pass by here later in the evening, there's always girls hanging outside in uniforms. Very skimpy uniforms, by the way. The spot I'm looking at on the left there is where an excavator was on top of a building, and now the building's no longer there. It's turning out to be a really nice day here today. Just one of those days where it's good to be alive. This little alley is what they call Blacksmith Street, although there's only one blacksmith left here, and he's really only part-time. I've been coming to this little hardware store for years for odds and ends. The woman who's talking, the proprietor of this hardware store, she really talks a mile a minute. If you can hear her in the background talking now, that's actually slow for her. I have family whose mouths move faster than their minds, and she could give them a run for their money. I feel embarrassed to film people directly without asking. They don't have this in stock right now, only a much more expensive Japanese version, so I'll just wait.
你不是有日本的吗？
1000多块你要花钱嘛？有啊，3只卖掉1只的，0.2几的钻石到1-2千块，要不要？
哦，那不要，对，这个。
That's an old swage block hidden right there. 54.5 kilos, or about 120 pounds. I'll inquire about this next time. I made it over to the gym. This one's really nice, really new. But I just took a soak in the whirlpool and a shower. And on the way out, I saw these bars and couldn't resist to do a muscle up, GS style. You guys know how I roll. Back to my ride. That's all for now. I'll catch you guys next time. Hop over to my spread shop for some offbeat merchandise. The link's in the description box down below, and help support the channel.